Hello, everybody. My name is JohnnySigs's. That is right. I am back with a new chair. Okay, there we go. There it locks. Hello, everybody. My name is JohnnySigs's, and I am back from a pretty long hiatus. And I am back with a new routine and a new schedule, and I plan to be following it religiously. So, what is my new schedule? Okay, so Mondays is going to be thinking outside the box. It's going to be theory crafting. It's going to be um, general ideas that people don't think about, right? What what are some examples of that? Well, today is going to be the first day that I actually talk about it. And we're going to be talking about Viper. So we're going to be talking about heroes that don't necessarily fill a role, but might be able to be used in a role, right? So we're going to be talking about a support Viper today. Mondays are going to be outside the box thinking, um, changing the strategies that people think about, changing the ways people play the game. Okay. Tuesdays and Thursdays are going to be tournament casting. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, and again, all of this is going to take place at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Um, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So Mondays, 6 o'clock, is going to be theory crafting and outside the box thinking. Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 o'clock are going to be tournament broadcastings. Specifically, I'm going to be talking about the East and West Coast qualifiers. In case anybody has missed them, I'm going to go back and I'm going to cast over them, as well as any up-to-date tournaments specifically for TI3. So we're just going to be plowing through that as much as possible. Wednesdays is we're going to do a strategy changing game. Or a unique strategy game, I guess, is a better one, where I will be playing with a group of people that I play with regularly in very high skill bracket. We're going to be playing something like one of the more recent ones that we tried was Death Prophet mid. We did a Razor Dazzle, and I feel like it was Tiny. Razor Dazzle, Tiny, Tri-Lane, and a Gondar solo lane. Or a Bounty Hunter solo lane. And the premise behind that was really high physical damage and a lot of negative armor. So we got Assault Cuirass on Death Prophet fairly early, along with a mechanism. So she was super tanky and had a lot of negative armor modifications. Dazzle with a Scepter, really super negative armor modifications. Razor, really high physical attack damage. A really underutilized hero, I think, also. And a fairly strong anti-carry with his static link being able to pull some of the attack damage away from the enemy carry. Tiny with just a huge burst damage, early game presence into late game pushing power, tower taking power, and team fight presence. And then Gondar with the track gold to accelerate our team, as well as give us a really heavy chase potential or escape mechanic with the track speed. So we'll do something like that. We'll do maybe another one that comes to mind immediately was, I know this is not allowed in pro games. It's the only item to be limited to a team in pro games in Dota, which is Necromonicons. Doing 5 Necromonicons with Lycan, Vengeful Spirit, Doombringer. Who else? Luna. And the last one, somebody else with another nice AoE buff. Beastmaster. That's right. That's what it was. So Beastmaster, Doom, Luna, Vengeful Spirit, and Lycan, all with Necromonicons. And that was it's an incredibly powerful push team. Incredible power for team fights, and just a very unique strategy in general. So that'll be Wednesdays is team-wide strategies, not just hero roles like on Monday, hero roles, thinking outside the box for an individual hero. And then Wednesdays is going to be team-wide unique thoughts and presences. And then Fridays, we're going to be either just doing live streams of pub games with myself and some of my buddies, or we'll be playing games with anybody out there on YouTube, on Twitch who wants to play with me. We'll do live viewer games that day. Saturday and Sunday will either be pub games or my days off. Or if an interesting tournament is happening on a Saturday or Sunday, I'll cover that. But again, I'm going to be doing daily videos as frequently as possible. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it. Oops, wrong one. And jump right into what we want to be covering with Viper. Okay, Viper is a ranged agility hero that many people know. Here's his stats at his stats growth rate. Pretty low intelligence, pretty average agility and strength gain, kind of subpar actually. Pretty decent HP once you get up to level 25. Okay base damage, okay armor, and attacks per second are actually pretty okay. Pretty low movement speed. Normal vision. Okay, so we get it, right? But now we're going to talk about why I think Viper, and specifically where Viper is going to fit into a team build. Okay, so we're going to go a little bit outside the box on this one. Whoops, and we're going to think about where would a support Viper, where would he take place? Okay, I'm going to pose it that a support Viper can be either a solo long lane or more beneficial in a tri-lane. Now, with the 6.78 changes coming out, Viper becomes a little bit more potent than he is already. Excuse the pun. But we'll get to that when we get to it. So Viper's primary damage outsource is from poisoned attack. It's a unique attack modifier. The damage over time is blocked by magic resistance, but the slow for attack and movement speed is not blocked. So 4-3-0-0 cooldown, 20 mana, and 2-second duration. Does a attack and movement speed slow up to 40% and does damage over time. So why is this good in a tri-lane? Okay, so where is the tri-lane going to be focused? For anybody who guessed during my drink there, that this tri-lane would be focused into a counter tri-lane. So you're going up against an opponent's tri-lane. Most likely you're going to be in an aggressive tri-lane with this. You're going to be able to pick off supports lightning quick. Okay, Crystal Maiden again is a support hero that is commonly seen. 280 movement speed, and now it is slowed down by 40%. Amazing chase, damage over time, and harass. But wait, it gets better. Neithertoxin is and this is why Viper can kind of get away with being a support. Okay, Neithertoxin does damage based on health missing from its target. So it's a scaling into late game. It's a scaling against really hefty characters like Pudge, Tidehunter, Lone Druid, Alchemist, right? Heroes who get a large health pool. This is going to start to melt through their health pool quite effectively. So it scales in the late game. He doesn't necessarily need items to be fantastic. Does it help? Sure, it helps. But he can kind of get into a support role. Okay? Corrosive Skin. This is where I think Viper is going to shine as a tri-lane support hero. And with the 6.78 changes, it's all sorts of damage, not just right-clicking auto attacks. Okay, it's all sources of damage. So, Crystal Maiden, again, uses Crystal Nova, does splash damage on you. You have corrosive skin, points into corrosive skin. Great. That Crystal Maiden is now taking damage over time. It has attack and movement speed slowed up to 25%. It also increases Viper's base magic resistance up to 25%. And again, this will go through BKB. All of Viper's slows go through BKB. So the damage over time, not necessarily, but the slows do go through BKB and Rage and all that stuff. So, Corrosive Skin. Phenomenal, phenomenal tri-lane ability. Okay, so your carry is farming. You're zoning out the other tri-lane by harassing with Nether Toxin and Poison Attacks. Primarily, you want to focus on Poison Attack and Corrosive Skin. So you're going to be forcing them out with Poison Attack, dealing damage over time, slowing their attack speed and their movement speed. If they try to deal some harass back to you, Corrosive Skin kicks in. Now they're taking damage over time again, as well as attack and movement speed reduction up to 25%. Phenomenal, phenomenal anti-harass. Phenomenal, phenomenal harass. Okay? And then Viper's ultimate Viper Strike is just a massive 80% slow at level 3 with a 30-second cooldown. Damage over time, slow that goes through BKB. Great all-around skill. For level 6, you can leave the tri-lane. You can start to gank with Viper Strike. You can hide in the jungle and pop out and kill somebody with Viper Strike if you're staying in the tri-lane. All sorts of fun with Viper in a tri-lane. Okay? So, that is just a really crash course introduction. I don't want to spend a ton of time just talking about the theory behind it. I want to go ahead and get into some demonstrations of it. And unfortunately, I haven't been able to demo this yet. Hopefully, I will be doing demos of this tonight, and I'll be uploading a part 2 of this later on. Probably next Monday, I'll actually get into the practicality of this and show some games where we do a support Viper in the tri-lane. So I'm going to give you guys some homework tonight, and I want you to think of 2 things and leave comments down below. Leave some comments down below if you're watching this on YouTube, or just think about it in general. What items would a support Viper pick up for a tri-lane? Okay. Usually you're going to want to pick up, and again, I'm thinking Viper is going to be in a 3rd or a 4th role support. So not necessarily wards, maybe a mechanism, maybe a Rod of Atos, because it builds Viper a little bit more health, gives him a lot more mana, and gives him another slow. So maybe Rod of Atos, maybe a Yule's Scepter, gives him some crowd control on the enemy team, as well as gives him speed so he can chase down kills with his slows. Stuff like that. So leave comments down below on what items you think Viper should take in a support tri-lane build. And then think of another hero that is not commonly seen in a supportive tri-lane build, but could fill the role. Okay? So there's your homework for tonight. I will see you guys tomorrow night when I start casting a tournament game. I haven't decided what tournament game I've picked out yet. It'll probably be something from the Eastern or the West qualifiers for the TI3, but we'll see. And then, yeah, we'll read the comments on Wednesday or next Monday. So until tomorrow, guys, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I promise that video will be much longer, but a 15-minute video about theory and just a quick overview of the hero itself, I think, is more than enough. So I'll let you guys get back to playing games, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take it easy, guys.